Afternoon, everyone. My name's Richard Moore, and welcome to episode 9 of the Business Lincolnshire live show. Now, we started these shows in March last year, really to share the support that's available across the county for businesses. We've focused on different sectors over the last year, and this week's show is all about manufacturing. Now, if you want to get involved with the show and engage with us during the show over the next 45 minutes, then if you've joined us through LinkedIn Live, through the LinkedIn Live event, then you can leave comments in there and they'll come up in our comment section. We'll be able to answer questions live during the show then. We're being joined today by a number of guests. We've got 4 guests joining us. The first of those will be Darren Joint. He's the Managing Director of Viking Signs, but he's also the Chair of the Greater Lincolnshire LEP Manufacturing Board. And he's going to focus on the Greater Lincolnshire Engineering and Manufacturing Network. That's the GLEAM network. So we're going to be talking to Darren first of all. Then after that, we'll be joined by Jeannine Thornley, the Growth Hub's manufacturing lead. And she's going to be focusing on the latest support that's available to the sector, to manufacturing businesses across the county, and also talking about the Made in Lincolnshire brochure. We'll also be spending some time talking to Nick Dawkes. He's the General Manager of Spalding-based Cabinets Direct Limited, a manufacturing business who's tapped into various strands of support to strengthen their capabilities, help them develop and grow their business. So it's really much, really talking to a business who's gone through this and used a lot of the support that we're discussing today. Then finally, we're going to have a conversation with Stuart McFarlane Bedford. He's the Growth Hub's digital specialist, and he'll be focusing on the opportunities that the technology hubs bring for businesses. So this is using state-of-the-art equipment to assist in creating post-type products, developing new services, or providing just a greater level of detail to improve product lines. So it's going to be a lot to cram into the show today. As I say, engage through the chat. If you're watching the show through Facebook, again, you can just leave comments in the comments section, same in YouTube. Or if you're watching through Twitter, then as I say, you can't really comment through Twitter. So hopefully you've joined through the LinkedIn event. We try and make sure everybody joins to attend these shows through LinkedIn so they can be fully engaged during the show. So let's get the show started and meet Darren. Morning, how are you doing, Darren?
Hello, I'm good, thanks.
So just tell us a little bit about your role and what the Greater Lincolnshire Engineering and Manufacturing Network, the GLEAM network's all about.
Yeah, sure. So I've been managing director at Viking Signs for nearly 15 years now. And in that time, we've grown the business nearly 20 folds from it was literally a mom and pop sign shop to a leading edge on-demand digital manufacturing business with the largest range of signs in the world, now more than 20,000 standard products. And I'm very proud to say this week we've been shortlisted for the Make UK SME of the Year. So we find out on Thursday if we've won that. I come from manufacturing roots. My father ran an electronics factories before working at Viking, in which I had summer jobs. I started my career at Ford before stepping up to the challenge of running my own business. And then I was asked to be the chair of the manufacturing board at the LEP for doing that for 3 years now. And I really believe in manufacturing, and I want to support the growth of the sector because I'm passionate about it, really, because of the high quality job opportunities it creates for young people.
Mm-hmm. And just explain a bit about the GLEAM network then. What's involved in becoming a member of that, and what are the benefits of becoming a member of the network?
Yeah, so I've been attending business networking for many years when I was invited to the launch of a manufacturing specific network in Nottingham, together with the University of Nottingham and then Mark Goldme, who's then with SMS Electronics. I helped facilitate the growth of and the development of what's become a very successful peer-to-peer network. Mm-hmm. As there was no similar network in Lincolnshire for manufacturing businesses to meet and share best practices and learn from each other, the seed of the idea was built to build something similar here. And then several years later, when I was asked to chair the Greater Lincolnshire LEP Manufacturing Board, I knew the time was right to kind of plant that seed. The aims of the network are very similar to our friends across the border, to foster deep, lasting connections and relationships between the respective university departments and the member manufacturers, and between the members themselves.
Fabulous, yeah. So it's proper networking between members as well.
Yes. So I'd say Nottinghamshire's already benefited from several highly productive collaborations between both of those types of relationships. But we also want members to know and understand their local peers, and many with deep expertise in lots of diverse topics like R&D tax credits, export rules of origin, and all the solutions to a multitude of other challenges that we're all facing at the moment.
And how regularly do they meet? How regularly do you have these get-togethers?
So the meetings have been roughly every quarter up till now. It's been difficult to do any such thing as a kind of a typical format, if you like. But like everyone, we're trying to get back to doing the things we normally do to build those strong relationships and connections.
Fabulous. And are the members actually shaping the network as it develops? Is it something that members are very actively shaping?
Yeah, again, that's been difficult up till now, I'd say, because we've had all of the meetings have been virtual. But definitely, we would like people to get involved, to come along and say what it is you want from it. Maybe to offer to host a meeting and tell other members what you know about. The Nottinghamshire networks really has benefited from the peer-to-peer aspect of it, where a lot of the expertise is within the membership, and the more people are prepared to share that with other people, the more everyone benefits from it.
Yeah, fabulous. And is there a cost for businesses to get involved in this? How's it work?
No, there's no cost at all. Any manufacturing business within the Greater Lincolnshire area, so Lincolnshire and Rutland, can join, and there's no cost at all. One of the other advantages that if you joined the network, you would also have the opportunity to be an affiliate Make UK member.
All right, fabulous. And are businesses required to meet any criteria to become a member then, or is it open to everybody in manufacturing?
Anyone that's involved in manufacturing, yeah.
Oh, fabulous. And what's the different ways you can get in touch? Obviously, I've got the website up here on the screen. There's the next events coming up, which we'll share with people on the 1st of March. There's also
that's definitely the best way to come and get involved is attend the next meeting, which that will certainly be virtual, which is about manufacturing a skilled workforce.
Fabulous.
So employee retention.
Explain a bit about that then. What's the idea behind this next one?
So we've in all the virtual meetings we've tried to cover the kind of the topics that are key at the moment, and lots of members and other manufacturers I know, skills is really one of the foremost issues, both employee retention and then training the next generation of engineers. And so that's what we're going to be talking.
Do you think that's due to an aging workforce as well, that people are getting older and leaving the industry, so bringing new talent in's a bit harder?
I think it's partly that. I mean, I think in the past, manufacturing maybe hasn't had as shiny a reputation as it probably is true of modern manufacturing. And I think it's about showing young people what great careers that there are possible within the manufacturing sector, and that it's not, spanners and oily rags or anything. Far from that, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely. So how can people register? I've got the Zoom link here. They can just register for free, can they, in here?
That's right. Yeah, that's the way to do it. So register for that next meeting, and then start a conversation and get as involved as you can in the network going forwards.
Fabulous. And the link I have put in the LinkedIn event, you'll see there's a link in there that you can click on and take you straight through to this Zoom page to register. So anyone who's watching who wants to get involved with the next event on the 1st of March, then just click that link and you'll be able to register there. Fabulous. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Darren, while you've got the mic?
I think that's covered most of it. I mean, certainly, I think in the longer term, the meetings would go back to being a mixed model, so physically meeting people, and that's really what I'd like to promote in the future, is actually the opportunity to meet your peers and build deep, lasting relationships with one another that are beneficial.
Yeah. And how have you seen people benefit from the network? Have you got any stories you can tell of how people have benefited each other?
Well, I think certainly in the Nottinghamshire, which has obviously been going for longer, so it's had more chance to develop. One of the big advantages is how open the university have been to building these relationships, and kind of it's an opportunity to have really, I'd say, unique access to the people within the university departments that can really help. So I know B3 Cricket, which is one of the members in Nottinghamshire, it's launched projects and had student involvement in projects that they wouldn't otherwise have been possible. And I know Lincolnshire wants to do similar objectives. So Lincoln University is the university partner of the GLEAM. And they are definitely open to building those kind of relationships.
Fabulous. So anybody who wants to get involved, as I say, get in touch with Darren, go to one of the events. I think that, the idea of actually networking with your peers and sharing ideas, what you're seeing working, this is something, especially when it's industry specific like this, that I think has massive benefits for every business to be involved in. Anything else you want to leave us with, Darren, before you head off?
No, I think hope I get to meet more people at the next meeting. That's really what I'd like.
Lovely. All right. Well, you take care, and thanks for your time today.
Great. Thanks a lot.
All right. So let's move on now and meet Jeannine. Jeannine Thornley. She's the Growth Hub's manufacturing lead. Let's bring Jeannine into the show. Good afternoon. Sorry, Jeannine. How are you?
Good afternoon, Richard. I'm fine. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Very well. So obviously you're heavily involved in manufacturing. How long have you been at the Growth Hub, Jeannine?
I have just celebrated my first year anniversary. So so it's been an interesting time.
What a year to join, yeah.
Absolutely. But I've been passionate about. I'm a Lincoln born and bred gal, so I'm passionate about supporting local businesses and just really getting to know what jewels of businesses we've got out there, really.
Yeah, definitely. And so tell us a little bit about the support from the Growth Hub and how you specifically support the manufacturing sector.
Okay, well, I'm sure as quite a lot of people know, but I know you know, Richard, that there's loads of support and help out there. But I'm just going to cover off my personal top 4 highlights. If you're a manufacturing business out there, we'll shortly be delivering another phase of the popular manufacturing transformation program. As the interest has been high and businesses are expressing real tangible benefits from this personalised one-to-one intervention, which provides 20 hours of support over an 8 to 12 month period. Mentoring and support is offered on a variety of bespoke subjects and skills ranging from marketing, supply chain, internal processes, post-COVID EU exit roadmap and strategy, recruitment and retention, leadership and management, and lean manufacturing, just to name a few. So the next one on my top 4 list is the supply chain improvement program. If it's for you, if COVID-19 and the EU exit has disrupted your business supply chain, it delivers a blended learning program that means you'll benefit from both workshop and one-to-one advisor support. And it also includes a supply chain audit. And moving forward, the support will provide any business going on the program with a holistic view of the supply chain, helping to spot issues and increase efficiency and performance. So we've got the manufacturing growth program, which provides any manufacturing business with their own growth manager, and they'll work with the owner of the business to agree a growth improvement action plan, and encourage them to implement that action plan. And finally, the Grants for Growth scheme. It remains very popular. Everyone's ears prick up when they hear the word grant, don't they? But the Grants for Growth scheme is really popular, and businesses can apply for a grant to help them with the purchase of equipment and assets that they need to adapt, sustain, and grow the business. There is obviously, as with all grants, there's an eligibility criteria, which can be found on the Business Lincolnshire website. And the grants are available for amounts anywhere between £1,000 and just shy of £25,000.
So that's for capital purchase, is it?
That's for capital purchases, Richard. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And tell us a little bit about the Made in Lincolnshire brochure because it's been recently revamped, hasn't it?
It has. We recently revamped it back in April 2021. And it now features over 100, in fact, exactly 104, not that I live and breathe this brochure, but 104 businesses based in Greater Lincolnshire and Rutland. And the concept of the brochure, it's an online brochure, and the concept is to showcase and promote the diversity of manufacturing businesses in Greater Lincolnshire, and also to encourage into trading and the buy local spirit, trying to keep more wealth and opportunities within the local area.
Fabulous. And so what's the main benefits, do you think, for being featured in here? It is that intertrading. Do you think people using each other within the brochure?
It's the intertrading, but also it's promoting, you know, if you're a manufacturing business, you know what you do, but somebody even just round the corner might not be aware that they could actually use you as a supplier. So again, it's trying to keep you know, the wealth that is in Greater Lincolnshire and Rutland in Greater Lincolnshire and Rutland where we can, and using local suppliers.
It's that buy local mentality, isn't it?
It is, and then obviously that has a knock-on effect on, you know, on your net zero, and you know, if you're not having to, you know, transport from abroad, or you know, it's all a real positive knock-on effect.
And do you think people just aren't aware of what's on the doorstep? Is that half the problem that this addresses?
I think there is. I started off by saying that we're not aware of the jewels of business industry that we've actually got on our doorstep, and I think any way that we can help support and promote the amazing businesses that we've got in the local area, you know, should be grabbed with both hands.
Absolutely, I agree. And what's the other support in the way of events? There's some events that you usually hold each year, and there's another one coming up soon, is there?
There is indeed. Obviously, Darren touched on the next Gleam networking event, which is brilliant. So Tuesday, the 1st of March. But we're delighted to announce the date of the next manufacturing conference. We've had to miss a year due to the pesky COVID, but that is Friday, the 22nd of April, where we're going to be delivering it in a hybrid fashion. So we're hoping for face-to-face and online connectivity as well, and that will be delivered at the Brackenborough Arms Hotel in Louth. What we decided to locate it there because we've got some fabulous jewels of business that are around that vibrant market town, and we're also hoping to offer some factory visits to those businesses.
Lovely. And how do people get involved in the conference then?
Okay, so it is one of those we're busy behind the scenes, just putting all the nuts and bolts in place at the moment. Okay. So there will be there will obviously be, hop onto the Business Lincolnshire website. But also what I would encourage anyone to do is sign up for the weekly newsletter through the website again. But the newsletter is just an amazing mine of information for all the latest support out there for businesses. So obviously we'll be promoting it through there, and obviously all of our social media channels as well. Fabulous.
Okay, so the newsletter's available through the Business Lincolnshire website.
It is indeed.
Sign up through that. Fabulous. Right, anything else you want to add on manufacturing across Lincolnshire?
I think the only thing that I would say is that obviously we can't cover off. I've got 5 minutes and I've probably gone over, Richard. So, but we can't cover everything off today. But there's loads of other non-manufacturing specific programs, grants, and general help and support available for all businesses. So I would encourage any business to hop on to the Business Lincolnshire website and make an inquiry or book an appointment with one of our growth advisors, and they'll be able to work with you as a business to identify all of the different support that's out there to help you and your business grow.
Fabulous. Delivered perfectly. Thank you, Jeannine. Thanks for your time. And if anyone else wants to get in touch with you, have you got an email address or any way do they get in touch with you through LinkedIn?
Yes, absolutely. Connect with me through LinkedIn. I'm an avid user of social media platforms, or my email address, because Jeannine's quite long to spell, probably LinkedIn's the best approach.
Lovely. All right. Thanks for your time, Jeannine. Talk to you soon.
No problem. Cheers.
Bye. Right. So as we saw in the Made in Lincolnshire, we have Cabinets Direct featured in here. So we're going to now move across and bring in Nick Dawkes, who's the managing director of Cabinets Direct. Oh, sorry, general manager, Nick. I better not promote you quite yet. I'll just bring Nick into the show. How are you doing, Nick? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm sure the managing director was wondering what went on then.
No. So you're the general manager of Cabinets Direct, and you've tapped into a lot of this support, have you, across over the last few years to help you grow?
Yes, yeah. When we initially contacted the Growth Hub, we weren't really sure what sort of support we'd be looking for, but because we'd recently moved to Lincolnshire in December last year, and in Cambridgeshire we hadn't really got a lot of support, but we contacted the support hub and basically said, what can we have and what's available? And the support hub put us in contact with a Growth Hub advisor, Gordon, who was literally a fountain of knowledge. He produced a action plan document for us, which basically told us all the different levels of support that were available for us: short term, medium term, and long term. He ran through all the grant requirements for us, the timescales, eligibility for them, and from there we could pick and choose what we wanted to really tap into.
And so Gordon worked with you right the way through the process, did he? He helped identify what support was available.
Yeah, literally, he did this action plan, literally with all the different types of support available, and went through them all with us and highlighted what would be the benefits to us and the business. And it was quite a straightforward and pain-free process.
Fabulous. And what did you get any grant funding then? Did you secure any funding to help you with the growth?
Yes, we've secured several grants, including Grants for Growth, which allowed us to purchase a couple of pieces of machinery. And we've also had the Recovery and Growth grant as well, which has, again, allowed us to invest in more equipment.
Was it quite a straightforward process applying for those?
Yeah, really simple, straightforward. Most of them, you submit a submission of interest, which ensures that you qualify. We'd always been a bit apprehensive and nervous about grants because we didn't think we would qualify. We weren't sure how to fill out the paperwork. We're a relatively young business. We were apprehensive, to say the least. But every step of the way, we've been giving guidance and support. The people at Support Hub want you to get the grants. They want to help you. So they literally will hold your hand and make sure that you complete it to the best of your ability and willing to assist you wherever they can.
And where did you invest the money then when you got the grants? What was the sort of impact on the business?
So we've invested into machinery. We moved a year ago, and to allow us to grow, we needed to have new machines. We weren't sure of what the timescale was going to be to invest in those machines, but we moved premises ready. The grants have allowed us to actually invest in the machines, take on new people, and improve and increase the number of units that we as a company can produce.
Amazing. And you were always also part of the Scale Up program, weren't you? Well, I know you were because I ran the workshops that you were on. So.
Yeah. So the Scale Up program works with businesses that want to scale up. It's got a mixture of one-to-one guidance, leadership, and management programs, and it helps you identify challenges that are holding you back and improve. So we took the digital transformation program with yourself, which allowed us to cover things like digital growth, lead generation, sales, and knowing your metrics. We had a one-to-one session with yourself, which you delved more into the business and ways to help us. We've primarily always sold business to business. That's what Cabinets Direct has done. But last year, we started another business that's directly selling to retail customers. We've never had to market ourselves to retail customers before. So the Scale Up program actually helps us identify our customers, how we can target them, engage them with social media, that sort of thing. So it was so beneficial and came at the right time for our business. Yeah,
just help fill some of the gaps that you knew you had in knowledge, and is that what sort of the skill set that you came away with?
Yeah, and literally it focuses you and it encourages you as well. The trouble is you quite often are working in the business and you just get bogged down, and actually it's good to step back and think, right, who are the customers we want to target? How are we going to do this? And actually get a strategy together rather than it just being ad hoc and firefighting.
Fabulous. And you were also involved with the manufacturing transformation program. Can you tell us what that entailed?
Yeah, so that's for us is an 18 hours fully funded support. So we had an opportunity assessment with a business consultant who basically chatted to us, find out what our strengths and weaknesses are within the business, and then asked us to see where there is potential to improve, be that process and productivity, skills and training, or financial. And then we highlighted that we think we wanted to improve our processes and our productivity in manufacturing. That's obviously key. So we're using our 18 hours, and they're going to coach us and help us and how to improve it, and bringing in different sorts of techniques that we weren't aware of or that we haven't used before. So like Lean and Six Sigma, things that as a young business still we aren't aware of, and we don't have the capability. You'd normally take someone on to do those sorts of things, but as we're growing and developing, it's nice to have the guidance and someone to say, why don't you look down this route? This will help us.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was the main challenge you identified, was it? How you're going to scale up efficiently?
Yeah. So we've obviously invested heavily in the new machines. Our plans are to increase from 300. Our old facility allowed us to do 350 cabinets. In 5 years' time, we want to be doing 1,000. There's a difference between actually just having the machines to do it, but you've also got to have the skills and the background processes and stuff to be able to do it.
The operational delivery, quite. So what's some advice you can leave us with, Nick? If there's other manufacturing businesses watching the show, locally based, obviously across Lincolnshire, what advice could you give them about reaching out for support?
Just do it. You've got nothing to lose. Literally, it's been so beneficial for us as a business. We have stepped back from just actually being in the business to actually working on the business. We've got forecast reports. We've made proper budgets. We've planned where we want to go. The support that we've been given has allowed us to do that, to actually step back from the business and think, this is what we want to achieve. And just, they're there to help you. They literally want to support and to grow. So literally take advantage of everything that they're offering. Like, there's nowhere else that you'll be able to get such good management consultants that are helping you and want you to succeed. You'd normally pay a fortune for it. So literally take advantage. Like I say, you've got nothing to lose. It's just, we've had a really good experience in the last year. Everyone's really helped us and helped the business grow. And we can't literally, that's why we're doing this, because we literally are really appreciative of all the help we've been given.
Fabulous. And you're busier than ever by the sound of things as well.
Absolutely. Literally up to Christmas, we thought January will be quiet. No, straight into it and non-stop.
Amazing. Right. Well, thanks for your time, Nick, and thanks for sharing your experience of the support you've had. It's been really useful. Nice to listen to it and nice to hear firsthand what people are experiencing.
Brilliant. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye now.
Cheers.
Right, so let's move on and speak with Stuart. Stuart McFarlane Bedford's the Growth Hub Digital Specialist. He's going to talk about the technology hubs that are available in the county to really support the leveraging of technology really within a manufacturing business. So let's bring Stuart into the show. Afternoon, Stuart. How are you?
Hi, Richard. Well, it's morning. We've not had lunch yet, so
it's still morning. So just tell us a little bit about the support offered by the tech hubs. I'll bring in the website as well.
Yeah. All right. So Business Lincolnshire a number of years ago started investing in technology hubs, and that was to provide businesses within Lincolnshire and Rutland the opportunity to look at state-of-the-art technology equipment and maybe use some of that equipment before they purchased it. And we have two technology hubs. We have the Design Hub and we have MoCap, which stands for Motion Capture Hub. Both of them are based within different departments within the University of Lincoln, but they travel all over the county to support them. So the type of support that's offered is effectively you can have some free advice, up to 12 hours support, and also supported access to the equipment as well. And this is a great opportunity for businesses to look at what they can do with new equipment, or even solve a problem that they have if they just need a problem solving. So there are two different hubs. They do different things. So if we look at the design block, they're very much into 3D printing and 3D scanning and laser cutting, and they are experts in scanning. And when I mean 3D scanning, I don't just mean, oh, let's scan a small item and then actually turn it into a 3D printed object.
Yeah.
They actually scan whole buildings and whole rooms. So this is, and they can scan outside as well, some fields and various things as well. So it's a huge, and the expertise, their expertise has grown, as well as the improvement in the equipment that they're buying, because I think they're now onto their third round of scanning equipment and things like that. So they're primarily around that area. And mocap, obviously motion capture, they're very good at movement analytics, and they have high-speed cameras, and they again will help people solve problems. So let's just look at a sort of a typical problem. So if you think of the design block, and we had a car manufacturer. They were a specialist in Land Rover, and as you know, Land Rover have stopped doing the Defender, and therefore certain parts of the Land Rover are no longer made. Right. So they a couple of years ago, they brought a part in that they could not get. Design Hub scanned it, then created a 3D printed part, which they could then take and actually give it to someone, a manufacturer, who then manufactured that part for them. Now, they couldn't have done that before in any way. No. So another example, if we look at mocap, they had a bottling plant approach them. And this was a bottling plant putting liquid in bottles. It was a whizzing conveyor belt. And there was a problem that every now and again, a bottle would fly off and smash. And they had no idea what the problem was. So the team from mocap went there with the high-speed cameras. And you imagine these bottling plants, they are whizzing. They're doing hundreds of bottles. So they used their cameras to film it. They then slowed down the film and were able to analyze and see that there was a problem with something like every 17th bottle. It didn't fit somewhere up the conveyor belt. It wasn't going flat onto the conveyor belt. So they were able to tweak their machine that put the bottles down and solve the problem. So those are just sort of two very simple examples of things.
So it sounds like there's some possibilities here for other businesses to go and use the hubs then for business growth and development. How do you think people are going to start using them?
Well, I mean, yes, again, it's a bit like Jeannine was saying earlier. We're constantly trying to get the message out to people that this support is available, and this is provided completely free. You get the 12 hours of support. If they actually make something for you, then you have to pay for the materials of something they make. But actually, using the machine, using the equipment, and actually their advice and their knowledge and their expertise, that is all coming free. Let me give you, an example of we've got one company, a local company based in Lincoln, who have actually used both of the hubs for different things. And if you're happy with that, Richard, I'll just talk about how they did that. So the first thing, and this company is Plum Products Limited. They're based in Lincoln. They are a manufacturer of children's playground activity equipment, and they go under the name of Plum Play. is their brand. Now they make, one of the things that MoCap got involved in was trampolines. They make trampolines, and when people are building trampolines, it tends to be a bit of trial and error, because as you're building a trampoline, you're putting lots of stress on the joints of particular trampolines.
Right.
And it's only when they build a trampoline that they can then test those joints. So they actually have to go to the expense of building a trampoline and then testing it to see if it breaks, and then make any modifications. So what MoCap did is they did a small scale study where they were able to create a software computer program that analyzed the weights and the stress that goes on the trampoline joints, and therefore they're able now to create a virtual trampoline and do virtual testing without the expense of actually having to build a trampoline in the first place. And then they know that when they build it, it will be correct. So that's one example.
Yeah.
And the second is a little bit more topical, and that is they obviously, with COVID, Plum products have a showroom, and there was restriction, obviously travel restrictions of people going into businesses to look around their showroom. So they approached the design block, and so the design block went into their showroom, did a 3D scan of that, and then they created what they call a digital double. So basically they created a digital version of the showroom, which is interactive, and we actually have some of that, so we'll show you now. So this is their,
so this is it. Yeah,
this is the digital copy. So as you can see, it's on their website. You can access it 24 hours a day. If you could go through that open door, Richard, just by moving that through there. That's right. And keep going. Yeah. And keep going. That's super. Right. You'll see just there's a little hot spot to the right there. Right. In the middle. If you look in the middle of the screen where the wood is and the
hot spots here.
Yeah. There you go. So what happens? You click on there, and immediately it produces more detail of that particular thing.
And videos as well on YouTube.
There's video, absolutely. So, the great thing is that this shows their showroom. As we said, it's accessed 24 hours a day. There are no travel restrictions because from anywhere they can do that. They've also started looking at international work as well because of this feature. Amazing. Because people can come in and look at it. It means that and when they change it, then obviously things can be updated digitally as well from that. So this is a great example of a local company using the facilities of the two tech hubs and using their expertise to benefit two different areas of their business. Obviously, the first one was manufacturing with the development of the trampolines, and the second one is marketing their products and selling their products worldwide.
So I can see Nick looking at this for Cabinets Direct.
There we go. I was thinking this is ideal for Nick. So
people can virtually see the kitchens and have a look around.
So for everyone who's watching, manufacturing businesses, as Nick said, just talk to us and let's see if we can help you. 9 times out of 10, we can help you. If you're located within Greater Lincolnshire or Rutland, then we're here to support you. The teams are based in Lincoln, but they travel around, like if they need to scan. And certainly the MoCap team, that's Frankie, is the expert there. Mike is the expert at the design block along with his team of people. Their contact details are on the website. I think you had put that up. So if you look at go to the Business Lincolnshire industry support /digital/tech hubs, it was that page that you were showing earlier, Richard.
That one there.
Yeah, if you go further down, at the bottom of each one, there are the contact details.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. So, or you can try and contact me. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on the Business Lincolnshire website. So feel free to contact me, and I can put you in touch with the tech hubs.
Amazing. So that's how people. Are there any restrictions to use? Is there anything people need to be aware of, Stuart, as far as restrictions go, or is it open to everybody?
Well, the thing is, I suppose that the design block, particularly, is not a manufacturing hub. They will create a prototype for you, but they would then not go on and create lots of copies for you, because it's there as innovation. It's about creating that prototype for you so that you can then take that and go elsewhere. And also for the business, you can think of, do we need something? We can create a prototype. If it actually doesn't work or it's not the right thing, there's been no cost to you. The only cost has probably been a little bit of time where you've been discussing the specification with the team and maybe reviewing the work that they've done. So we've got 2 great tech hubs. They're there to be used. Please use them. The facility, the investment is for Lincolnshire and Rutland-based businesses, for us to support them with their innovation and digital technology.
Amazing. Thanks for your time, Stuart. It's really been useful as that, and I'm sure people will be taking advantage of those hubs, especially with the examples you've shown there. It's really put it into some context for people, I'm sure.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Richard, and thank you, everyone.
You take care, mate. Take care. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the show. Any questions that have come in? I'll just quickly check the comments area. There was one from Simon Short about would NEL manufacturers be able to get involved? I think that must have been aimed at Darren, and Darren's left his details in the comments there, Simon, so you can get in touch with Darren about the help that Gleam can give. Juliet's also shared that if you're interested in the manufacturing conference that Jeannine was talking about, if you can send an email to events@bizlincolnshire.com, events@businesslincolnshire.com, then you can show your expression of interest there and get involved there before the pages go up and it's advertised in the newsletter. So again, take advantage of that if you're interested in the manufacturing conference in April. So the next live show we have is next month, 22nd, again on the Tuesday, the 22nd of February. That's going to be at 12 noon, the same as today's, and it's all about starting up in business. So all the support that's available to you when you're in those early days as a startup. So make sure that you put that date in the diary, 12 noon on Tuesday, the 22nd of February, and I'll look forward to seeing you then. We'll have some more guests on to give you plenty of advice when you're in that startup phase of what's available to you. So hope you've enjoyed the show today. All you manufacturing businesses who've been watching the show, make sure you take advantage of the support that's available to you to either evolve your product or the grant support or the support from the advisors who can help you, like they did with Nick, work through some of the plans and really put in place how you're going to grow your businesses. All right, take care, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. The recording will be back up on YouTube as it usually is after the show finishes. So if you missed bits or you want to watch it back, then please do that. All right, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.